Hey everybody, I have a question for you. Why did the chicken cross the road? Well, because she didn't want anyone to seize her. Get it? Chicken Caesar? Never mind. Welcome to Cooking It Up with Aunt B. Tonight we're going to be making a savory, bubbly, delicious chicken pot pie. So I'm going to go ahead and get all the vegetables washed and we're going to get cooking. Thanks for coming and we'll see you soon. Here we have our ingredients for our stock. I have 4 thin carrot sticks that I cut lengthwise and then across. I didn't bother peeling them. It's not necessary for the purpose of this stock. I took 4 celery sticks and cut the tops off, making sure I got the nice leafy stuff in the middle. And then I have a half of a medium onion cut up just so. I have some fresh parsley, and then I have 1 small sprig of rosemary. You want to only just use a little bit because this is pretty pungent. So just a small sprig. And as you can see, I have 3 sprigs of thyme. I have 1 little clove of garlic quartered. And then I have 2 bouillon cubes, chicken bouillon. I have some water, some chicken stock, and then a rotisserie chicken from the store. It will have a string, so you want to make sure that you pull that completely out. So we're going to load all this into the pot and get this stock going for our pot pie. So I want to show you all the little something something. Inside your rotisserie chicken bag, you're going to see this jelly. That, my friend, is gold. You do not want to toss that. You take this whole bag and put it in the microwave just for a few seconds and then add that right into your pot where your stock is going to go. It is absolutely dynamite. So we have our chicken in the pan. We're going to start to put all these things around it. There go our carrots, our celery. We're going to throw in these big fat onions. Okay, we're going to put in all the celery and the rosemary and the thyme. We're going to put in these garlic cloves, some more onion there, okay, and then that. Now we're going to put in the 2 bouillon cubes. Now we're going to fill this up with chicken stock just about a quarter of the way, okay? We're just gonna use this for a little part of the stock and the rest is gonna be all natural. So now we're going to pour in our water and we do wanna cover that chicken, so I'm gonna get some more water here. Okay. That's a little bit more, and that should be just fine. We're going to go ahead and crank this up to high. And we're going to get that to a boil, okay? After that comes to a boil, we'll go ahead and we'll turn it down to medium and put a lid on it and let that simmer about an hour. Ooh-wee, smelling mighty fine, friends of mine. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and turn this down to medium. Okay, we're going to get it simmering to medium low. That's about a good simmer right there. And then we're going to go ahead and after your stew has been cooking here for a good hour or so, it's looking very good, very rich. We're going to go ahead and we're going to strain this now. And we want to make sure that we get out all the bones and drain this right through. Okay, so I've poured the soup into this large bowl. And we'll go ahead and put it back over the pot. And we'll take a look here. And as you can see, that's the nice pure broth that we're going to be using for our pot pie. So we'll let that cool a moment. Here is a rundown on our incredible ingredients for the pot pie. We have salt, pepper. We have a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 full stick of butter, a 1/4 cup of very finely chopped onions. We have 2 cups of this cubed chicken. Now, when you pull that chicken out of the broth, you want to let that cool so it can firm up nicely and you can chop it into these cubes. If you chop it hot, you'll probably get shredded chicken, which you do not want for this pie. Here we have heavy whipping cream. We're going to put a little splash of that in there. We have 1 1/4 cup of peas. We have 1 1/4 cup of cooked carrots that I cooked in this amazing broth, so they're flavorful and they're ready to go. I have 2 cups of diced potatoes. Now let me tell you people, I swear by these. I use only Simply potatoes in everything I cook. They come in all forms, diced, hash browns, mashed potatoes. They are so flavorful. They are real potatoes. They have never been frozen, and they're always ready to just dump in your stew. So we have that all ready to go, and then we have plenty of broth. I have about 4 cups. We're going to make a roux, and we're just going to pour this in gradually until we get the consistency we want, and then I can let you know how much of the broth we used. So we're going to go ahead and melt some butter, get these onions going, and get the roux going, and get this filling done. So here we go. We've got this butter going. We want to make sure that we have it at a nice simmer, but that we don't brown these onions. We just kind of want to, you know, sweat them out and get them cooked. Now I know you may say, that's a lot of butter, Bee. Well, let me tell you, pot pie is no joke. It's comfort food for a reason. And if you're gonna go comfort food, you might as well go all the way. That's what I say. So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add this flour to the butter, and we're gonna whisk it around, and we're gonna make a roux. And we're just gonna cook this out to get rid of that flour taste. We'll turn this up just a little bit. And you definitely do not want to brown your flour. It should be a nice blonde color, just like this. We're gonna cook that off for a little bit here until it's ready to go, and then we'll start adding our stock. As you are developing your sauce, you can add salt and pepper to taste, but as that's thickening up, you want to start adding your salt and pepper to season it how you like it. So this roux has been going for just a minute or two. That's really all it needs. And we are going to slowly start adding our broth. And then you want to whisk so we don't get clumps. You don't want to add it all at once. You want to keep mixing to incorporate this broth. Okay, we'll add some more. Okay. Turn this up a little bit. Keep adding the broth. And I think that we're gonna probably use all of it. Okay, so that's about 3 cups there. We're gonna bring this to a boil, and then we'll see about the consistency. And I'll get back with you on that. Okay, so this is nice and thick. I think we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit more of this broth, just about a 1/2 cup. We're gonna stir that around, get it simmering. And now we're gonna add just a little bit of this cream. You wanna shake it up, okay? Oh, if you could taste this, it's so chickeny. Okay, so I just added a little bit, and this is gonna add a richness. and a creaminess to this pot pie. Okay? So this is about the perfect consistency. We used about 3.5 cups of chicken broth. 4 wouldn't kill you, I don't think. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start adding these vegetables. There's the carrot. Oops. Here is the potato. Here are those peas. Ooh-wee. Oh, there's a few trying to fight me. Okay. And then we're going to add that chicken. Okay? Now we're going to take a spoon and we're going to very lightly stir this around so that we don't squish the peas and we don't squish the potato. Okay? So this is perfect. Now, I think that I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more broth. Okay, still it's safe to say 3.5 cups. And again, you can just keep adding the broth, you know, to get it how you like it. I don't like it super thick, but I do like it, you know, about like that. Okay? So this is just going to cook for about, 2-3 minutes on very low. A little bit under medium, in between medium and low. And we got to stir it so that nothing scorches at the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and get our crust ready. So really, I just let this go for really about 1.5 minutes. You don't really want to cook it too long because you don't want your vegetables to be overcooked. Remember, it's going in the oven, in the pie, at 425. So this will all cook in the oven as well. So we're just turned off the heat and we're going to let that sit and get our pie going. I bought store-bought crust that I'm just kind of rolling out a little bit here. But let me tell you, if you have a secret recipe from your grandma for pie crust or a family heirloom that you want to use it by all means. Use my filling and I'm sure it'll be dynamite. So I'm going to take this crust and put it in the pan. So here I have gotten the pie crust in the pan. You want to make sure that there's no air bubbles so that everything cooks nicely. And I'd like to give a shout out to my cousin Maddie. She kind of gave me some tips on how to bake the crust. Usually I put it in a ramekin and I just put puff pastry over it. So I'm a little new to the pie thing, but we're going to go ahead and poke some holes in it, okay? And then we're going to put our filling in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start filling this. See if we can pour it in. Oh, would you look at that? Now that's a pot pie. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. I think the filling is not too full. I think we'll be okay. But we do have some more carrots here that we can put in there. Okay, and now we're going to put the top crust on. Now that my pie is rolled out, I'm going to try a pattern that I saw that I kind of liked. And it was kind of a wheat pattern. And we'll go ahead and make these holes just like that. And these holes will allow it to cook and have ventilation. And I'll get this pattern done and then get it on the pie. So now we're just going around the pie and crimping it shut so that it seals. And then we'll continue on from there. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut the excess off the sides. And now I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna make this pattern with my fingers. You just take your fingers and go like this all the way around the pie. Let's see if you can see here. Just like that. So we're gonna make a nice pattern all the way around the pie, just like that. Okay, so I have a little bit of an egg wash here. I've added just a little bit of water. We're gonna just spread this evenly over the pie. It helps make it a golden brown. And we have the oven set at 425. And we'll put that in. I'll check it at about 15 minutes, see if I have to reduce the heat a little bit. But I'm thinking 425 for about 30 minutes, but we'll see. Well, alrighty then. Here you have Aunt Bee's chicken pot pie. It's brown, it's bubbly, it's creamy, it's full of chicken and vegetables, and it smells amazing. So I had it in the oven at 425 for about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, and then I turned it down to 350 for the last 20 minutes. Again, everybody's oven is different. I would say put it at 425 for 15 minutes. Watch it. As soon as it starts to brown, turn her down to 350 for another 15 minutes and just keep on watching it. But thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching, and have a good night.